good? And all the time? Are we happy to be here? Are we ready for the activity of the day? Yes, so thank you so much for your availability. And I take this opportunity to introduce, we have various teams with us here today. We have the team from AOSK, that is the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya. So at the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya, we have different programs, and the programs are here represented. So I request the members from the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya just to stand up and wave to the crowd. Yes, so those are the sisters from the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya. We also have a team from at the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya, we have a program called the Sisters-Led Youth Empowerment Initiative, where I am the program manager and I have my colleague Carol, who is the program officer. So at the Sisters-Led Youth Empowerment Initiative, we work with different institutions, technical institutions, and they are here today also with us. You can see we have young people with us, right? Yes, so those young people are from these technical institutions in our county, that is Nairobi, and I request the administrators to also stand and wave to the crowd. The administrators and the youth from the institutions, let us stand and wave to the crowd. Yes, then we have our women peacemakers. We have women peacemakers led by Madam Lucy. Women peacemakers, you can also stand and wave. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion. And our guests are not, some of our guests have not yet come. We have a team from the State Department of Youth Affairs. So we'll have 4 representatives from the State Department of Youth Affairs. I believe they are just on their way to the podium. And then we also have the team from Danida, who are going to take us through the presentation of the day. So the team from Danida, you can also wave to the crowd so that they are aware of who you are. Yes. So those are the guests today that we have, and I see we have also a member from the government office, I believe. Yes, you can also stand and wave to the crowd. She's ensuring that we are secured. Thank you so much and welcome for this occasion. We also have a team from Capuchin TV who are having a live stream for this occasion. So the team from Capuchin TV, I know you are busy, but you can still wave to the crowd. They are here representing. Thank you so much. And I believe that I've introduced everyone, right? We also have a primary school from Ngando. We have a primary school with us from Ngando. So you can also, our young ones, the youngest. You can stand. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So I know our guest of honor has not yet come. So when she comes, that is Honorable Beatrice Elachi, who is going also to be with us during this day. So when she comes, we'll give her the opportunity to say hi and just to pass her word to us. Sawa? Yes. So the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya is an umbrella body of various congregations. We have over 168 congregations represented at the association secretariat. And this congregation combined of over 6,000 sisters. So the association carries out various programs because as an association we believe that there are challenges in the community. And as sisters, we believe that through these programs, in collaboration with stakeholders, then we can also be part of the solution. So we have various programs at the association that respond to the needs of the society. We have a program called the Care for Children, who ensure that our children who are in orphanages are taken back to the families, because they believe that the family is the best place where a child can be developed. We also have a program called ECD, who also take care of the young ones, just to ensure that they get the proper care in their families. We have the JPIC, also who respond to the issues of injustices in the society, and they are part of this conversation today. And then we have the Sisters-Led Youth Empowerment Initiative. We have the Religious Against Human Trafficking. We have the health networks, who also respond to the needs of our health institutions. So the association believes that the world needs us, and as the conversation around environmental conservation takes place, we also want to be part of that conversation. And we also want to be part of the solution. So that is why we are here today, just to ensure that we are aware of how we can also end plastic pollution. The theme of this year's World Environmental Day is Beat Plastic Pollution. What is the theme? Beat plastic pollution. Yes, our earth is being choked by so many plastic pollutions, and so it is the role of each and every one of us to ensure that we end plastic pollution. Sawa sawa. So we have the NGO from Danida, who is going to do a presentation on how we can end plastic pollution. Sawa sawa. So this is going to be a very informative conversation, and I hope that we are all going to be empowered, so that when we go out to the community, then we can also try to end plastic pollution. With those few remarks, thank you so much for honoring the invitation, and I hope that we have a successful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Nancy. Tupige makofi tena. Tunaendelea vizuri sana. We have so many activities today because tuko na activities ambazo tutafanya hapa, na bado kuna activities ambazo tutatoka nje kufanya, kwa sababu tumesikia kwamba our theme yetu ni nini? Yes, beat plastic pollution, kwa sababu tunajua huku nje tuko na takataka nyingi sana ambazo ni plastics, ambazo tunajua huwa haziozi. So we need to beat plastic pollution, na ndio maana tuko hapa leo, na tutatoka nje kuendeleza hiyo jukumu la kubeat plastic pollution. Nataka tutayarishe mikono yetu tukiendelea kugojea our guest of honor, Honorable Beatrice Zarachi, ambaye ndiye guest of honor, atatupata on the way. So nataka tutayarishe mikono yetu, tumkaribishe ACC wetu wa Dagoretti, ambaye ni Madam Lea. Tumkaribishe kwa makofi. Karibu sana Madam ACC.
Padri wetu, Father Godfrey, all the sisters present, ladies, gentlemen, and our children, good morning. Kama vile ambavyo mmesikia nimeitwa, kwa majina ni Lea Kagwe, Assistant County Commissioner wa hapa Dagoretti Headquarters, na niko hapa kumrepresent our DCC, hangeweza kufika. Nina furaha sana kufika hapa siku hii ya leo, kwa hii shughuli ya muhimu sana. Inatuguza kila mmoja wetu. Tunajua takataka za plastiki zimeharibu mazingira kabisa, and it's getting out of control. Kwa hivyo nawashukuru sana nyinyi wote kwa kujitolea kufika siku hii ya leo. Pamoja tunaweza, si ndio? Kwa hivyo ingawa hata plastiki iko na uzuri wake, it's cheap, it's affordable, ni rahisi kutengenezwa, tunaipata kwa urahisi. Madhara yake ndio mingi, sote tunajua, si ni kweli? Si ni kweli? Kwa hivyo ni jukumu la kila mmoja wetu kuhakikisha tumedispose kwa njia ambayo inafaa. imekuwa kama ni mtindo ya kwamba mtu akikunywa maji, ukikunywa soda yako, ukiwa kwa gari, unairushia tu kwa dirisha. Ukweli uongo? Ukweli. Kwa hivyo ni jukumu la kila mmoja wetu, be your brothers and sisters keeper, tuweze kuweka mazingira yetu ikiwa safi. Na kwa hayo machache na mengi, niwatakie wakati mwema, tushirikiane pamoja, tufanye hii shughuli ya leo na tuikamilishe. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Mungu abariki taifa letu.
Asante sana Madam ACC Lea. Nafikiri tumesikia venye amesema kwamba ni jukumu letu kulinda nini? Mazingira. Kwa hivyo sisi tukiwa hapa tunawahimiza kwamba ni jukumu letu kulinda mazingira, na njia moja ambayo tunafanya ya kulinda mazingira ni kupanda miti, tena kutotupa takataka ovyo ovyo ambazo ni kama hizo plastics, kwa sababu haziozi. Haya, kuna wageni ambao wameingia saa hizi na nataka kumuita Sister Mercy ndio aweze kuwa introduce au wageni ambao wameingia saa hizi. Karibu sana Sister Mercy.
Thank you. So we have our guests from the State Department of Youth Affairs, led by Director Madam Emily Maina. So maybe you just come and say some few words to the congregation. Welcome.
Wageni ambao wamefika, good morning. Good morning again. We are very delighted to be here. We are from the State Department for Youth Affairs, the Arts and the Sports, and I have come with a big team, and with your permission, I would request them to come here and just say a word. Come, my team. So that they know that we are a big team. Dakika moja moja.
Asante Director. Good morning. My name is Jared Kingoina. I'm a Deputy Director in the State Department for Youth Affairs. And I'm in the State Department for Youth Affairs. And I'm in charge of sustainable youth community development. And the exercise that you are just about to undertake squarely lies in our directorate. It's something we encourage. It's something that we will always want to see the citizens and specifically the youth really engaged, because by the end of the day, if the environment is good, then youth will develop and citizens will live longer. I'm happy to be with you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jambo. Mimi naitwa Chege Francis. I am a Deputy Director within the same State Department in a directorate called Youth Social Development. I'm in charge of leadership and mentorship. And I'm also very delighted to be in your midst this morning. Very much alive to the fact that the exercise at hand is something that resonates very well with our mandate. The issue of taking care of our environment are things that we cannot assume, that we cannot take for granted. If I may ask, when is the best time to plant trees? Because I am to understand that is one of the exercises that will be happening later in the day. When is the best time to plant trees? Somebody? The best time to plant trees was 25 years ago. 25 years ago. And since we were not there to do that, then the next best time is when? Now. So by doing that, we are taking care of our future. We are ensuring that our future will be better than we found it. So I'm really looking forward to the activities of the day. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Petra Makori, a student and also an attaché in the Youth Social Development Directorate and the Department of State Department of Youth Affairs and the Arts.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hamjambo. Vijana tuko? Vijana tuko? Bwana tumetulia sana. Tutakunywa chai? Tumechoka? Okay, kwa majina naitwa David Ogad. Mimi ndiye afisa wa vijana hapa Dagoretti South. I'm based at the DCC's office and we tackle the issues of youth affairs. And first, just to appreciate the Association of Sisters of Kenya for coming up with this program. Tunajua kama vijana mambo environment inatuhusu, inatudhuru, na ni jukumu yetu kama vijana kwa kuweza kuangalia kuwa we preserve the environment. So just want to assure the sisters that as a ministry, as an office, we'll work hand in hand with them, with the young people, to make sure that we preserve the environment not only of Dagoretti South, but the whole country as a whole. Thank you so much. I also have an intern in my office. Maybe just say his name so that you know him. We tunafanya naye kazi kwa office.
Thank you so much. Hamjambo. Kwa majina ni Harrison Mtotio. I'm an intern at the State Department of Youth Arts. Hapa hivi Kawangware. I'm privileged to attend this event and I'm looking forward to the activities that will happen today in serving our environment. Thank you.
Wapigieni makofi wakikaa chini. So once again, asante sana for this invitation. We got the invitation courtesy of Association of Sisterhood, and we as a ministry care a lot about the environment. You remember we have a minister, a cabinet secretary in charge of youth, sports and the arts. That is Ababu Namwamba. You know the president clearly has an agenda of planting 15 billion trees within a span of 10 years. And it is important that every day, every time we have an opportunity to do that, we are able to do that. You remember there is that lady called Wangari Maathai, and she gave the story of the hummingbird. The hummingbird is the one that decided to do one small activity to take care of the fire that was taking place. And therefore for us, when the president talks about 15 billion trees, it is not the president who will come to plant those trees. It is you and me. And every opportunity that we have, we plant the trees. Every opportunity that we have, we take care of the plastic bottles. I was looking at some research within the media, and I realized by 2050, there will be so many plastic trees that will have overtaken the environment. But we have, the destiny of the environment is in our hands. How do we do that? We encourage the young children, like the ones you can see here. I would want you to turn your faces and see these young children. Please stand up, the young children. You can see these young children. When we nurture these young children to learn about the environment and take care of it, we are taking care of the future. You can sit down. For us as a department that deals with youth empowerment, we normally mentor these young ones, and that is why we come with them and we go with them wherever we are going. So I want to give a commitment that we work together, and just as one of the officers have mentioned, we have representation throughout the country. Even though we are in the headquarters, we have officers in the region, in the county, and in the sub-county. So the officer who has spoken here, Mr. Ogal, he recently came from Mombasa, and he is one of those who push things. And I would want you to work with him, and we are going to see a great change. Once again, we are very grateful to be here, and we shall work to ensure that our environment is better. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Madam Emily and the entire team from the State Department of Youth Affairs, and we are really grateful and honored with your presence this day. So thank you so much. Back to the MC.
Asante sana Sister Mercy kwa kutukaribishia hao wageni. Wametuambia tuko na jukumu la kupanda miti. Wamesema sio president ambaye atakuja kupanda miti, ni jukumu letu. Kwa hizo miti 15 billion, sisi tuko na jukumu la kupanda miti, na ndio maana baadaye tukimalizia hapa tutakuwa na hiyo shughuli ya kupanda miti, ambapo tutaonyeshwa penye tutapanda miti. Kwa wakati huu nataka kumkaribisha mmoja wa wale ambao wanashughulika na hiyo shughuli ya conserve the environment, hiyo to build plastic pollution, ambapo huwa tunafanya kazi, wanafanya kazi na vikundi nyingi sana. I want you to nilikuwa nataka kuona kama kila mtu ananisikiza. Nataka tumkaribishe mmoja kutoka Danida ambaye anajulikana kama Morris. Tupige makofi anapokaribia hapa. Bwana Morris, karibu sana.
Asante Bwana MC. Habari ya asubuhi. Habari ya asubuhi. Tuchangamke kidogo. Habari ya asubuhi. We are here for a good cause. So feel appreciated and feel that you are in the right place. My name is Morris, and I work with an international NGO called Danish Refugee Council. So in short, I will talk of DRC. So when I talk about DRC, I'm not referring to the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm referring to Danish Refugee Council. And I will say a little bit more about that as I move on. And I came with my colleague, Wamaida, and yes, we'll say a little bit more about why we are here. But we want to take this opportunity to appreciate the Association of Sisterhoods of Kenya for giving us this opportunity to share the little that we have about the initiative that we are involved with. And we are grateful for that opportunity. We are also very grateful to the parish here and the Christians here for the opportunity that they have always accorded us, and for the warm welcome they have always given to us. So we feel we are at home, and so thank you, Father Godfrey and the entire parish for allowing us this opportunity here. I want to appreciate also each and everyone that has come, our friends from the ministry, and everyone here. Feel that from Danish Refugee Council, we really appreciate. A Danish Refugee Council, we have a project we are calling Fair Recycling. So you can help me tell your neighbor, Fair Recycling. Yes, so at some time later, I will talk more about the Fair Recycling project. And as we are here, we are thinking about our environment. It's very good to adopt a philosophy. And philosophies help to affirm what you believe in. And as you affirm what you believe in, it becomes part of your habit. And it is that habit that will present or make your life better or different. So, I would like to propose that as we look at tree planting and seeking to increase the tree cover, and shortly we will see why do we plant trees. You know, we may, it's good to put in context why we plant trees. So one of that philosophy I would propose us to adopt is this: one man, one event, one tree. Let's say it together. Yes, one man, one event, one tree. That means that we need to change the way we celebrate. When you are celebrating your birthday, before you litter the environment by the number of sodas, plastic bottles that carry the sodas, before you litter the environment with those plastic bottles, please plant a tree. Plant a tree. When you want to thank God for taking you through a single day, you know, it is a miracle to wake up, isn't it? It's a miracle to wake up. So, as you want to thank God for taking you through, okay, daily may be a challenge, but for taking you through a week, let's say before you go for the Sunday Mass, before you end that week, you know, the week ends on Saturday. Before that week ends, please plant a tree. You are celebrating the goodness of God to take you through that 1 week. So plant a tree. If you do that, there will be 52 trees attributed to you. You can even label them. There will be how many? 52 trees. I know you will ask me, we are in the city. Where do we plant the trees? That's one of the questions we'll answer as we go on. Plastics can help us answer that. When we talk of reuse, take that plastic container that has been thrown away and find some soil, put in it, and that's where you will plant your trees. You will ask me, where will I place it? In your balcony, in your veranda. You know, we have the fruits that we are consuming imported into this country from other countries like China, like Israel. Those trees, those fruits are grown on balconies So if someone can grow a fruit tree on a balcony to the extent that of exporting their product, why will you not take a chance to also do it? And let's get away from excuses. So you can take plastic containers that are just thrown away and find some soil. And that's where you can be planting. A tree is a tree. Plant a fruit tree. Plant an avocado tree. Plant other fruit trees around your compound, around the balcony, along the veranda. And you will even be enjoying very fresh and a source of trees or fruits of which source you are too sure about. So when you are celebrating a birth, a baby has been born, please plant a tree. Remember, one man, one tree. And if we do that, 15 billion trees will not be a very big challenge. Because if you're waiting for, I don't know what kind of celebration, and then we will plant the 15 billion trees, that one we will fail. But if you plant one tree after every event, for example, it could be for the young people, it could be an event where your proposal for marriage has been accepted. Before you can do anything else, plant? Yes. When your marriage proposal has been accepted, she has said yes, he has said yes, plant? Plant? When you have secured good grades in class, we have come to the end of the term, and you have secured a good grade. And a good grade does not necessarily mean it is an A. A good grade is a grade that is of the caliber of C and above. So when you have a good grade in any subject, and how many subjects are you taking? Those of us in school, how many subjects are we taking? Yeah? I know for junior secondary they're taking 14. For other classes, let's assume there are 10 subjects. Whatever number of subjects, at the end of the term, please plant trees equivalent to the number of subjects that you took for that term. If you took 10 subjects, plant how many trees? 10 trees. If you took 14 subjects during the term, plant how many trees? 14 trees. So if we can each plant 10 trees times the number of students that we have in our primary schools, probably about 1 million or something like that, we will have planted 1 million trees after each and every term. We have 3 terms in a year. So we can audit and see after 1 year, from the primary school population, we will have planted 3 million trees by the end of the year. Of course, it's 3 million plus. One man, one tree. So you celebrate your victory in your academics by planting trees. And many other occasions that you need to celebrate. Celebrate by planting trees. So we really appreciate this opportunity to share with us. But as we plant trees, we can cancel the gains that we do if we don't take care of plastic pollution. By 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than the fish if we don't take action now. By 2050, if we don't take action now, because of plastic pollution and other environmental challenges, we will not have Mombasa as an island. It will be covered with water. For your information, the water levels are already rising. The ocean water levels are already rising. And if we don't take action, by 2050, we will not have Mombasa Island. It will be covered under water. And many other challenges if we don't take action now. So we are here to encourage all of us, and it's not a responsibility of the adults only. Each and every one of us have a responsibility to take action. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to take action. And so, Danish Refugee Council and two other organizations, we have come together and put together a project called Fair Recycling. This is a vehicle that these organizations have availed for you and me to help us take action against plastic pollution. And plastic pollutes the environment. It contributes to the collapsing of the ozone layer. The ozone layer is, in layman language, the blanket that covers the earth from the heat or the rays of the sun, the direct rays of the sun. Now, when we talk about greenhouse gases, plastic pollution is manufactured with chemicals that emit greenhouse gases, poisonous gases. One of them is carbon dioxide. Now, when we have a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it rises up and it increases the acidity that can puncture the ozone layer. So when the ozone layer is punctured, reduced, then we have a lot more heat coming directly to the earth. And when that happens, we have now unusual evaporation patterns. And when we have unusual evaporation patterns, for example, then we have unusual rain patterns. And we have unusual heat waves. And we know that there are people who have died out of heat waves. That's why it is important to take care of the environment, as commanded to us from the good book in Genesis chapter 2, verse 15. It is commanded for you and me to take care of the environment. So plastic contributes to the greenhouse gases. And those greenhouse gases contribute to the climate change that we all love to talk about. But by taking action to remove the plastic from the environment, then you are contributing to mitigating against climatic change. Plastic does not decompose for a very long time. It takes 450 years for plastic to decompose. I don't know who will live for I don't know who will live for 450 years. You may not be here in 450 years, but plastic that you threw out there will be here. And the Bible records only one person who was able to live for almost over 900 years, and that is Methuselah. But we may not have that opportunity to live for that long. But plastic can live for that long. That's why we need to take it out of the environment. Now, the more trees we have, it contributes to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's why you need to plant trees. So we are planting trees to mitigate against climate change, because trees is one of that tool that used to absorb the greenhouse gases from the environment. Trees make use of carbon dioxide, and they release the gas that all of us need, and that is oxygen. So trees absorb carbon dioxide, and they release oxygen, because all of us need oxygen. If oxygen was to be removed from this room just for 1 minute, all of us may not be here. So you need that gas. You remember at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the most sought after commodity was oxygen. And hospitals could be reduced to almost mortuaries because of lack of oxygen. So oxygen is very vital. And one of the things that naturally God put to naturally help us increase the amount of, when you go somewhere and you say, it feels more fresh here, it's because of the presence of the trees. The trees are more present there, so they emit more oxygen for your use. That's why we need to plant trees. So it is not just a cliche that we need to plant trees. We need to plant trees so that they can help us inject enough oxygen for our use. And for the world to be balanced, it has been estimated that we need at least 10% of the land mass to be under cover of trees. But in Kenya, there has been a lot of effort. We were at 3% at some point. Then there were enough efforts by our heroes like the late Professor Wangari Maathai. When she put up that effort and mobilized people and many other people that have made such efforts, they have supported increase our tree cover from 3% to now close to 7%. So we still are below the minimum required. I know we have counties that are way above the 10%. But when you take the average nationally, we are at around 7%, actually 6 point something percent. We are slightly less than that, the required average. But I know we have counties that have more tree cover. Like Muranga has 35% tree cover, and other places. But it doesn't mean that now it is enough. We need the whole country to be at least above 10%. And that's why we need to take action. We need to remember, one man, one tree. One man, one tree. If we do that, we will be saving a life. So, plastic pollution constitute of 20% of the garbage that is collected or generated every day in Nairobi. Nairobi generates approximately between 2,400 to 3,000 tons of waste every day. Nairobi. And 20% of that, which is about 480 tons, is plastic that is going to stay in our trenches, everywhere in our environment for 450 years unless we take action. Now, the beauty is that plastic, again, we can't run away from the reality that our life has been built around plastic. Everything that, even the seats that we are seated on, they are plastic. A lot of things, the food that we will eat today is packaged in plastic. The beauty products that we use today, they are packaged in plastic. What else? Whatever. Plastic is important and very central to our life. So we can't ignore it. And we can't wish it away. We will continue to have plastic with us. But the beauty is that with plastic, you can reduce it. How can there are very many ways of reducing it. For example, for your margarine, the Blue Band, instead of buying 500 grams, for example, that you will use for 1 week, you can decide to buy a kilo or a 2 kilo container, so that at least instead of having 4 different types of plastics that you will dispose in a month, you will have 1 that you will dispose in a month. That is reducing. You will still enjoy your Blue Band, and it will still be available for you, and you are sensitive to the environment, so that you will channel out only 1 container instead of 4 in that particular month. That is reducing. It is also better to reuse that container of 1 kilogram pack of Blue Band. It is easier to reuse that one. You can use that one to plant a tree or vegetables. You can also use that to store your items in the house. That is reusing and minimizing it getting to the environment. So plastic can be reused, can be reduced, and it can be recycled. It can be recycled. Recycling means you turn some product that has come to an end of its use to a form that it can be used again, or it can be a raw material for another process. That is recycling. So plastic, we can do what? Reuse. We can reduce, we can reuse, we can recycle. And all that is within our influence or our mandate as individuals. You can decide to reuse it. It's your choice. It's a choice you can make. You can decide to reduce it. As I've given an example of Blue Band container. Even your beauty products, instead of buying the small one that you will use for one week or 1 day, you can buy a container that you can use for 1 month. You will have reduced the amount of plastic that will get into the environment. And so we need to have this background as we talk about beating plastic pollution. Beating plastic pollution will not be done by the international organizations. beating plastic will be done by you and me. All we need is to resolve, change our habits, change our lifestyle, change our mindset. For example, we need to change the way we view those that collect plastic and those that collect garbage. We have viewed those that collect garbage. I'm saying this because we have done survey around. And those that are collecting garbage or collecting plastic, they feel so bad about you because you see them as outcasts. Si tunawaita chokora. Unajua wanajua mnawaita chokora. And they feel so stigmatized. They feel so. Why will you perpetuate stigma against somebody that is trying to earn a living? By the way, our survey that we did last year, towards the end of last year, told us that more than 60% of those that you see collecting plastic, they are from 4 levers. And 15%, they are graduates. They have a degree. So, be careful before you stigmatize them. If it means going to school, they could have gone to school better than you have. More than 60%, they have a Form 4 certificate. And they are involved in that because of lack of another opportunity. But fair recycling is working with other stakeholders to work with such people and tell them, you know what? Waste picking is a noble job and it's a noble income generating activity. And that's one of the goals of fair recycling project, to inform and let the participants know that they are doing a great job. After all, in the whole world, 61% of the waste is managed by waste pickers. It is not managed by our counties or government machinery. It is managed by individual waste pickers. 61%. In Nairobi, 30% of our waste is managed by individual waste pickers that you call chokora. If we didn't have the so-called chokoras, there would be litter all over in Nairobi. Because the county government only manages to handle about 40%. 30% managed by the individual waste pickers. The other 20%, it is here and there. That's why it is important to value the waste pickers. And so we are, as Fair Recycling, we are saying, urging you to take action. So when you see a plastic container somewhere, collect it. We are partnering with stakeholders, like now this parish here. We have put a collection center just by the gate there. So when you are within this environment, collect plastic container that is out there, come and place it in the collection center. And collecting plastic or getting involved in waste recycling is profitable. Fair Recycling has a partner that will come to collect that plastic, but not for free. We will pay for collecting the plastic. And we will pay handsomely, more than any other cartel out there. Cartels out there, for example, they are paying the chokoras 10 shillings, 7 shillings, 5 shillings per kilo of plastic. Fair recycling ensures that you have a minimum of 24 shillings per kilo of plastic that you sell through the system. So, when the recycler comes to collect that plastic, it will be weighed, and that money will be paid to the church. And the church can use that money for other welfare activities. But you as an individual, you can also join us, and we can let you know where the centers are. When you collect plastic, you can come, it will be weighed, and you will be paid on the spot. So if you bring us some 100 kilos of plastic, we will pay you 2,400 for just bringing that plastic to us. And as I end, the Fair Recycling Project, it's a 3-year project beginning 2021 July to June 2024. So we just have almost 12 months to go to the end of this project. But we want to say, as we come to the end of that project, we should have built sustainability so that these systems we are talking about can continue. The collection center here can continue beyond the life of the Fair Recycling Project. This center here should not die in July next year. It should continue with its activities. How will it continue with its activities? Because you will be there. Because the church will be there to help continue to manage it. So, by having collection centers in various places, like the churches, we hope to also have petrol stations. We also hope to have other areas like clubs. This will help us to continue a collection process of plastic beyond the project. And so we are calling upon you to get involved in putting aside plastic. For more details or about the Fair Recycling, because of time, for more details about the Fair Recycling Project, how you can participate, because you can participate. And this project is, of course, focusing on the Nairobi County only, but we really would want to go to many other places. Okay, it is in Nairobi County and in Kakuma Camp, because Danish Refugee Council, we are big in the camps, like Kakuma Camp, Dadaab Camp, and where there's humanitarian crisis all over in the world in over 41 countries. Danish Refugee Council operates in over 41 countries in places where there is human displacement. And we are working to give the displaced population a dignified life. And one way to give, and the displaced population, of course, they don't live in isolation. They live among host communities. So when we intervene, we are not intervening not only in refugees, but also the host community. For example, as we have intervened through the Fair Recycling Project, it is 80% host, which means local Kenyans, and 20% refugees, which is a drop in the ocean, because Nairobi is a host to over 100,000 refugees. And Dagoretti is one area that is hosting quite a very big number of refugees. Dagoretti Kasarani is hosting a very big number of refugees. But out of that, only 20% were to be considered, because Again, we can't serve the resources that are available. We cannot serve the entire 100,000 of refugees and the host community in Nairobi. This project seeks to reach out to 3,000. But when we went out there is a lot of interest. We have so far gone beyond that target of 3,000. We are at 3,600. And there's a lot of interest. We are trying to see how can we probably have more funds, get more of the donor community participating so that we have many more we can serve and also get the life of the project beyond June next year. So you can help us to get there. And in the interest of time, thank you very much for listening. God bless you.
Asante sana Morris from Danida. Nataka tutayarishe makofi yetu, ndio tumpigie makofi mazuri kwa sababu ya kazi ambayo amefanya, ametuelezea vizuri sana. Nataka tutayarishe makofi, then nitawaambia wenye tutapiga makofi. Sijasema upige makofi. Nimesema utayarishe. Tutapiga makofi ambayo tunaita kuna sinyorita na kuna parapanda. Sasa kuna nini? Kuna sinyorita na kuna parapanda. Kwa hivyo tusimame kwa sababu tumekaa sana. Tusimame. Kila mtu asimame. Na kuona hapo nyuma. Pale nyuma naona kuna watu hawajasimama. So tuinue mikono hivi. Haya, so kuna parapanda na kuna sinyorita. Kuna sinyorita na kuna parapanda. So sinyorita tunapiga hivyo. Sasa twende. Hiyo ni sinyorita. Sasa then kuna parapanda tutapiga. Nasikia hizo zote Haya, so nikisema sinyorita tunaenda. Nikisema parapanda tunaenda. Sasa so sinyorita. Parapanda. Haya, tukae chini. Kwa sababu ametuelezea kitu mzuri sana ambacho sisi tukitoka hapa tutaenda kufanya pale manyumbani kwetu, na bado tukitoka hapa kuna activity ambayo tunafanya. To crown it all, nataka kuwaita wanafunzi kutoka shule ya St. Joseph Gando, ndio wataweza kutupatia entertainment kidogo. Then tukitoka hapa tutaenda the other process. So St. Joseph Gando, uwanja ni wenu. Tuwapigie makofi wakiingia kwa uwanja. Haya, tuwapigie makofi mpaka wafike. Ni watoto wetu hawa, watoto ambao wameamua yes. Yes, hawa watoto ambao unaona hapa ni wa ile club ambao imetuleta shughuli hapa, ambao tunaita ni environmental club ya pale shuleni. Wao ndio wanaongoza katika kuhifadhi mazingira yetu kwa pale kwa shuleni na katika zile eneo ambazo zimewazingira pale na manyumbani kwao. So tuwakaribishe tena kwa makofi. Haya, sawa, karibu.
Good morning. So in front of you are the environmental club members from St. Joseph of Tabs, Ngando. And you have a little something I think you should note down. So environment. This is the surrounding of living organisms. The living things in the environment make up the biotic components, while the non-living things make up the abiotic components. I think we all know about the components of the environment, which are divided into two groups. A, the major components, which include plants, animals, soil, air, and water. And B, minor components, which include sound, light, heat, buildings, food, and tools. For sure, a healthy environment is one that is sustainable for a long period of time. It is the source of life for everyone. It directs the life of everyone and determines the proper growth and development. The good or bad quality of our life is depending on the quality of our natural environment. Just as the old saying goes, care for your environment and your environment will take care of you. Remember, we should keep our environment clean. We can do that by doing the following: disposing human waste properly, avoid burning plastic and tires to prevent air pollution, plant more trees which will help in sucking up the excess carbon dioxide in the environment, avoid constructing too many industries to avoid acid rain, which is a mixture of sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide, the harmful gases that are produced by industries. Remember, if you do the above, then there is no doubt but your environment must be clean. Moreover, if you do the above, it will save the earth, which is the only one we've got. Thank you.
God is good and all the time. My name is Paul Olilo from St. Joseph of Tabs Primary School. So this one is a short information about environment. Environment is the surrounding of living things. The living things in the environment make up biotic components, while the non-living things in the environment make abiotic components. Probably, we all know that the components of the environment are grouped into two. The major components, which include plants, animals, soil, air, and water. And the minor components like light, plastic, heat, buildings, and food. For instance, a healthy environment is one that is sustainable for a long period of time. It's the source of life for each one of us. It should therefore be kept clean for a healthy living. As a matter of fact, cleanliness is nextly to godliness. Some of the ways in which environment can be kept clean is by A, treating industrial waste before releasing them into any water body. Under industries, chemicals and dangerous gases like sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide cause acid rain and therefore should be avoided. B, avoiding tobacco smoking, which pollutes the air we breathe, therefore causing allergies. Oil spillage should be avoided in order to prevent death of aquatic animals and plants due to lack of air blocked by oil. Avoiding burning of plastics which pollute the air or dumping them into the soil, which pollutes the soil itself. Since unity is strength, we should help each other and follow the above regulations. Our environment will not therefore be safe for many living things. Thank you.
In front of you is grade 5 pupils from St. Joseph of Tabs, ready to present to you a song entitled Tuyalinde Mazingira. Entitled Tuyalinde Mazingira. Tuyalinde Mazingira, tuhifadhi misitu yetu, chemichemi pia mbuga, tuipende nchi yetu. Tusitupe taka ovyo, tusijenge kwenye mito, tusikate miti ovyo, tuijenge nchi yetu. Thank you.
Tuwapigie makofi tena watoto. Tumesikia wale ujumbe ambao wamekuwa nao na wanaongelea tu kwa mambo ya wameongelea mambo gani? Nisikue ni mimi nimesikia tu. Unajua walikuwa wanaongea na watu wengi. Wanaongea kuhusu nini? Huyo mtoto ambaye ameongea kuhusu nini? Anaongea yani yale mambo ambayo wameongea ni about conserving the environment, hiyo mambo yote ndio wanaongea wakiwa katika kikundi cha environmental club. Kwa hivyo sisi sote tunahimizwa, kila wakati tunahimizwa kwamba ni jukumu letu kuhifadhi mazingira yetu. Naona assistant chief wa area hii ameweza kuingia, na kwa sababu tuko eneo lake, nataka kukukaribisha anene nasi ndio sasa tuendelee na the next step. Karibu sana assistant chief wa Muslim, Chief Madam Zipora. Karibu sana. Tumpigie makofi.
All protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Zipora Muguko, Assistant Chief in Muslim Sub-Location. Muslim Sub-Location is in Kawangware location, Kawangware Division in Dagoretti Sub-County, and that is where Riruta AGM Primary School, St. John's Catholic Church are situated. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this, my area of jurisdiction, and to congratulate all the stakeholders and the organizer of this event. Indeed, it is a noble task to create awareness about our environment, because it is an integral part of our life. Without environment, then we cannot live a healthy life without a healthy environment. So I believe after this, we have got some other activities. I understand we are going for tree planting. I understand we are also going for a cleanup exercise at Kawangware Sokoni. And so as we indulge in all these activities, feel in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. May the Lord bless you so much.
Asante sana Madam Zipora, Assistant Chief Muslim. Hii ni eneo lako na ametukaribisha na akatuambia kila kitu kiko sawa. Tupige makofi tena. Sasa nafikiri tumekaa muda wa kutosha hapa ndani. Kwa hivyo tunahitaji kutoka nje na kufanya jambo. Kwa hivyo nataka kumuita Madam Rusi ambaye atatuongoza katika hicho kipindi kingine ambacho ni tree planting, na naarifiwa kwamba penye tunaenda kupanda miti pametayarishwa vizuri, ni hapa tu karibu kwa shule yetu ya HGM. Kwa hivyo Madam Rusi, karibu sana. Tumkaribishe Madam Rusi akituelekeza kwenye tunaendelea.
Hamjambo. Good morning. Mimi nasemanga kizungu ilikuja na meli. Sasa tulikuwa tunaongojea mheshimiwa Beatrice Elachi akuwe pamoja na sisi, but nimepigiwa nikaambiwa it's like wamepata emergency kidogo. Probably atakuja later. Kama atatupata kama tumetoka ni sawa, tutaclean na yeye kwa mtaa ama ni aje. So we are going to plant trees HGM, shule iko pale. Na vile sasa mheshimiwa atarepresentiwa na Ministry of the Youth. There are 6 years. Na Assistant Chief, ACC, Father na 2 AOSK sisters. Ni sawa? Tukitoka kupanda miti sasa ndio tutaelekea Kawangware. Mnajua Kawangware? Lakini msikuwe na wasiwasi, kila kitu iko sawa. Okay? Tuko na security ya kutosha. Si mnaona hata tuko nao hapa? Sasa mkiona hao wako hapa na wale wako nje. Kuna wengine plain clothes wamekaa tu huku. Sawa sawa. So tutatoka tuende HGM. Sawa sawa? Okay.
Kwa hivyo wale ambao tumeambiwa wanaenda kupanda miti, tutaandamana na wao pale HGM. Hao wengine sijui Madam Rusi. Hao wengine watakaa hapa wagoje wale. So hatutaingia kwa shule, lakini tutakaa pale kwa ile gate ya shule. Hapo tu ndio tutakaa. Then kitu kingine nimeambiwa kwamba kama umepewa t-shirt, tafadhali hiyo t-shirt ni ya hii event. Tafadhali kama umepewa t-shirt na umeshika, tafadhali vaa ndio tuweze kuwa uniform sisi wote. Kama umepewa t-shirt kwa sababu ndio tuweze kuonekana tukiwa kitu kimoja. Vaa hiyo t-shirt tukienda pale nje, then tukitoka tukielekea Kawangware. Then tukitoka Kawangware wakati tutamalizia ile shughuli tunaenda Kawangware, tunarudi hapa tu. Kwa sababu kutakuwa na lunch hapa, tutakuwa na lunch na mambo zingine ambazo tutakuwa hapa. Hatutakuwa tumemalizia kule. Kwa hivyo event haiishi hapa. Tukitoka hapa tunaenda kupanda miti, after kupanda miti tunaelekea Kawangware na tutaongozwa na truck. Kuna truck ambayo iko pale nje ambayo itatuongoza tukiokota hizo takataka, tutapewa direction ya venye tutaenda. Hiyo truck ndio tutafuata. Tutaenda tukifuata hiyo truck kwa ile direction ambayo itatupeleka, then tutarudi hapa. Sister Mercy.
So the children from the St. Joseph, they are the ones who are going to be carried with the truck. Sawa. The rest of us are strong enough to march to Dagoretti. Sawa, to Kawangware market.
Of course, umesikia? Watoto ndio wanabebwa na nini? Alafu na MC unajua lazima bebwe. Ndiye anaenda akielekeza. Hawa wengine wote tunatumia mafuta yetu ambayo ni mili zetu lakini nimesema tukitoka Kawangware tunarudi hapa, hatujamalizia. Sawa. So, Madam Rusi, Sister Mercy.
Leo huyu anatoka hapo. Apige vijana wenzao wamwambia atoke hapo.
Hivi niko juu. Cheki. Kidogo tu. Sorry. Ndio plant pale. Jamani ya kwa hili tuzime. Ngoja itai. Hii jamani ndio kwa hapa. Msa panda moja hivi. Haya, mbili ndio hivi. Sasa umeona 2 3 sasa. Kuna gari sio? Kopie.
Take the space.
Sasa umesema umeenda lunch, ndio tena tuko tena nini hapa? Sasa umeenda lunch. Nani? Mimi tunakuwa ni hapa sasa. Sasa umeenda lunch.
Kuja unishike.
Hapo nateremka.
Na mimi muziki shika kwanza. Usijali tutaenda vile huko. Ngoja kwanza.
college. Wacha tulie.
Bwana wewe, kausha hapo sasa.
Thank you.
Mazoezi bado. Mnaweza shikalia wawili.
Okay.
He already has a trip.
Shikilia pada nini chini.
Hata ni ya ceremony. Aya. You plan that one?
You can do group work.
Hapo sijawakinga.
That's okay. And then we push this in.
Nimekosa horse. Hebu nipende ile nipande kwanza. Kuja sister.
Kidogo nikuone ukipanda.
Yeah, do group work. There is water here. Let me get to the water. Thank you. Victor, you can give me pouring the water. Yeah, no problem. Just such.
Okay, sawa.
Is that all right?
One, let's go. Now start pouring.
Sawa?
Great.
Hapa bro. There you go. Asante.
Oh, sawa. Moja.
Victor, pull me up to here.
Stadi kukinga. Ah, safi. Angalia sister kiweka hapo.
Hapana, saizi tunaenda kufagia.
Tunasherehekea siku ya mazingira ambayo tunasema timu yetu ni plastic pollution. Ni muhimu na ni jukumu letu sisi kama wananchi watukufu wa Kenya kuhifadhi mazingira yetu, kusafisha, kwa sababu hewa safi, mazingira safi ni muhimu katika nchi yetu. tukaribie huku mbele, tukienda tukiangalia kwa mitaro, tukisafisha mitaro tafadhali. Watu wasifuate traki nyuma, lakini tusimite huko kando na tuweze kusafisha. Tunajua kwamba taro zimeng'ara. PJ. Ukipatana na plastiki yoyote hata kwa mtaro, tafadhali usiache. Tafadhali usiache. Okay.